Time is yours. Hang on.
Good.
And that's his
I got
buddy
you.
that he
Thank you, Chair.
promised.
Thank you, committee. I've served in the legislature
To do
now
with the
for
connections,
13 years.
probably.
And some people have served longer, some people have served shorter. But one of the things, the reason I bring
Yeah,
that
how
up
the law
is
works, or
you serve long enough, you regret some votes that you make. And everybody will have a
the
moment where
office.
they regret a vote that they made. And I regret a vote I made. When I was in the House, we passed the Kratom Protection Act, and I regret that vote. I think it was a mistake at the time, and I'm not afraid to say that I think as a legislative body, I think we made a mistake. But the good news is we have an opportunity to fix that, and that's why I'm here today. At the end of the presentation, what I'm going to ask this committee is to use this bill file, pass it unanimous, and let's move forward with it in the legislative session. So I've got some guests with me today. I would rather they take the time to talk today. Dustin Hawkins is sitting to the right of me. Dustin was a former Kratom user. His story is a story that's similar to many people across the state. Unfortunately, it's not unique. I think Dustin is unique. I think he's a remarkable man, but I think his story is not unique. And I want you to hear from Dustin. I've got Dr. Ryan Stolwell online. He's an ER doctor. He's seen firsthand the catastrophic impact of Kratom. He's seen deaths across the state, and he's going to talk to us today. And then I brought some experts from the state of Utah. These are our experts. These are our best, our employees for the state of Utah. Dr. Michael Moss.
Did you hire
from the
them?
Utah Poison Control Center, the medical director. He's here to talk. I've
Plus,
got Brandon Forsyth.
half of
He's
these
the Utah
health
State
people,
Lab
like the
director.
Board of Health people, they
We've got
are
Deidre
supposed
Amaro.
to be like
She is
knowledgeable
the medical
or not.
director, the medical examiner for the state of Utah, DHHS medical director. Megan, if I say your name wrong again, it's fine. We'll pronounce it right. But Megan Brokemeyer, she is the DHHS Drug Overdose Prevention Research Coordinator. They are here. They are our employees. I think it's important to hear from them. The bill that we've worked on was worked on by people in the state, and the language I received, it was worked on by our folks. What the bill does is it repeals the Kratom Protection Act. That's first and foremost, and it schedules two drugs, 7-OH and metrogeny. And I think there's a myth out there that 7-OH is the problem. It is a problem. It's a very, very serious problem, but metrogeny itself is a serious problem, and we'll talk about that as well. I've been out in the world. I've purchased Kratom across my district. I'm going to hold up some samples.
I've been out in the world.
I'm going to hold up some samples, and afterwards, I have purchased nearly $500 of Kratom. If anybody wants to see it, I've purchased this. I've taken 9 samples from the
taxpayer
state lab.
dollars?
I've done my homework
If
on this
that's
product. It's
$500
harmful,
with the
and we should
Kratom,
repeal the
that's
Kratom
all
Protection Act.
7-OH,
With that,
folks.
I'm going to go straight into Dustin.
Thank you. And
That's
just a reminder, anyone
insane.
that's testifying,
Yeah.
state your name and who you represent, if anyone, and then after you can write your name on the paper. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name's Dustin Hawkins. I started a program in 2010 called SOAR, School of Addiction Recovery. It's a nonprofit, so it's a recovery gym, and it's an intensive outpatient program.
He's the dude
I'm
from
a
the
recovering
news
opiate
story.
addict. I had 7 years sober. In March of 2024, I was going through the gas station like I do every Saturday afternoon to get a 5-hour energy, and I know the guy at the drive-thru. And he says, "Hey, man, we got this new energy drink.
Yeah.
You got to try it. It's better for you, blah, blah, blah." And he gives it to me for free. And so I like an idiot, I drive out and I just drink it. It's just nasty. And
But he's
I was doing some reading, and about 20, 30 minutes it kicks in, and I always say it kind of just felt like I was being hugged by God. Just felt amazing, like opiates.
Yeah.
I kind of related it like I took 2 Percocet 10s, and I was a bad opiate addict. So I looked at it, and I saw, and I was like, oh, it's Kratom, and I help people get sober from Kratom. So I knew what Kratom was, but I didn't know it was in the gas stations. I knew it was in the smoke shops, and but I don't go to smoke shops. And so anyway,
Dude, hold on.
Hold on. So he's the dude from the news story, and I went and investigated him. You know, he runs this gym rat type of recovery center type thing. You know, so you're telling me that after all these years of you being sober, that you stopped? You just like took a drink and without a thought in the world of research, you just slammed it back and was
he had no idea.
No idea.
Yeah, but he's helped a lot of people get off of Kratom, but he had no idea. Get out.
Something sus. Some stank.
Like there's a lot of holes in that story right there.
Some stank.
You don't go.
Mike. Hey, Lisa, what's up? Baldy lock.
Bullshit. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna close that tab because they keep going to it, and that's not the right one. Okay.
I go home and tell my wife, I said, I drank a drink that was, I think, bad for me. And well, I kind of justify it. Well, the next day, I justify it's like it's just in the gas station. This is healthy, you know.
Oh my
Long
God.
story short, within 7 to 10 days, I was doing 10 a day, and at $10 a piece, which is a pretty heavy $100 habit out of a gas station a day.
It's like he's
So
reading
this
a
started
script.
my journey
Yeah.
of trying to get sober from it. I was in and out of detox. So you detox the same way. My legs sick, you know. So I had to go to detox 4 times from April to September.
You can
At
tell
the
when somebody's
time,
not being
they were trying to
truthful.
convince me to go to rehab, but I was starting as a new vice principal job at Northridge High School. Over Labor Day, I went into detox again, and then when I came out, I immediately relapsed. And so then I was like, I can't be around these kids anymore. And so I decided, I went into Davis School District and told them I needed to go to rehab. I took a leave of absence and went to rehab for 40 days and then came out of rehab, and I've been sober
40
since.
days?
But the thing that was incredible about the kratom is I never took a substance that I wanted to take again right after I took it. So I drink one, it light up those
What?
receptors, and then I wanted another one. And it was so
Hold-
accessible. Like,
hold on,
back
pause
in the day, I was
Okay, wait.
talking around to doctors, you know.
Okay. What? So this is what I was just going to say. You've never taken a substance that you wanted to keep taking. How are you running a recovery center from being an addict in recovery, or however you want to label yourself?
You know, he sounds like, you know, when you hear somebody like a kid and they're trying to lie so they don't get in trouble or
Yes.
whatever. He's like, well, you know, I went and told my wife, you know, I think I might have had something that was bad for me.
But he went and bought it again?
me? Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm taking 10 a day, 40 days in recovery.
What
Also,
is-
as soon as you take it, like, unless it had cocaine in it,
Oh, a warm hug from God. That was me and opiates, like for real. You know, it gave me that warm, fuzzy blanket feeling. That's what I was constantly chasing. So you mean to tell me that he took it the first time and went home and told his wife, and then he goes and buys it again?
honey, I think I took something that might be bad for me. I got it at the gas station. Everything you buy from the gas station's good for you. So I don't know, because that's what he's sounding like.
What in the hell?
He's straight up from big rehab, dude.
Oh, big rehab,
Straight
big time.
up.
He is. Yeah, I went and looked him up.
Like this guy right here, like you don't even have to be a good judge of character to hear the untruthfulness in his entire
It's like Mikhail went and recruited.
yeah.
Went and recruited him.
Or this guy, the freaking gym rat dude, and Mikkel was recruited.
Yeah. Something ain't right.
Yeah. There's a lot more to this story we don't know about. This is insane.
This is wow.
It's like, and I find it crazy for people to act like this guy. You know, I've been sober for 7 years. I run an addiction recovery, but I don't know any characteristics of addiction, like at all. Like really, like I don't know.
He's like, I know it's you know, you get nervous when you get up there to speak like that, but
Nah,
it's
he don't
almost
sound
like
nervous at all. He sounds like
it's almost like he's trying to remember everything he's read
Right.
or heard about kratom,
Yeah.
and he's jumbling it together.
right. Like he says, like I'm saying, like you keep on, you know, that kid's lying and just
Yeah.
making stuff up to not get in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds like just a straight up ass lie.
Like he the vice principal and the dude the principal, and Mikhail's the principal next
Yeah.
to him. He'd be like, "You better be on your P's
And
and Q's,
Mikkel's
boy."
gonna come back him up in a minute.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I was a opiate addict who got prescriptions from doctors, and I had back surgeries, and
Me too.
now it was like, oh, I can just run up to the Sinclair and grab 2 Percocet 10s, you know, and that's kind of the way
That's
my
7 of
brain
H.
worked. It was like taking 2 Percocet 10s, which was my drug of choice, and anyway, in my recovery gym, we're just seeing all kinds of people coming in and out. It's the same thing. My experience was with the Phil Freeze and then the ones in the Maverick. I haven't participated in the 7-0. But a lot of
Free.
people in my gym that we're now helping getting sober. And I guess I'm thankful for the experience because now I can talk about it. So Anyway, thanks for letting me come up here today, and let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you, Dustin. We do have one question. Representative Bailey Provo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dustin, thank you for being here and telling your story. If it's okay, just more a comment for the committee's reference. SOAR is an amazing organization and program that you run, and I just want to thank you for the work that you're doing there. And I think it's important for the committee members
Scratch
to
your
know
back,
that
I'll scratch your back.
we as a legislature have a
Let's
funding
kiss his
item
ass
that
real quick
we
while
do
he's
support
up
your
here so
program,
we
and I
can
just
show
wanted
who we're
to
gonna
draw that
support.
line in recognizing that we view you as a partner and a co-stakeholder in the work that we're doing, and just wanted to appreciate your willingness to come and tell your story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Representative Chevrier.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am just wondering if, I have 3 questions, I think, here. Are we just banning it in stores, or are we banning it completely everywhere?
Representative Chevrier, let's wait until after the presentation. for
Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
God
Sorry.
bless.
If
I
you have a
thought the
question.
presentation was over.
No, sorry.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
There's more
we'll
to come.
get back to you, though.
No, baby, it's a bunch of more
Thank you,
bullshit you
Dustin.
got
I
to sit
appreciate you
through
coming
and
down.
smell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And as we tee up Dr. Stolworthy, I was able to purchase the feel-free product. You're supposed to check ID. My ID was not checked. I was able to purchase the exact same product that he purchased at Maverick. They did check my ID at Maverick. So Chevron, Maverick, easy to buy.
That's $500 worth of kratom.
Next presenter, Ryan Stolworthy.
That's what I'm saying.
Dr.
If
Stolworthy,
that's the
yep,
case,
thank you.
that's
Turn on
7-0.
your camera.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm honored to be able to participate.
Or
I'm
he's
a practicing emergency
complete
physician
bullshit.
at Logan Regional Hospital, which is an Intermountain facility.
Ryan, can you state your name, please? Thank you.
Yes, Ryan Stolworthy, MD. Do you hear me?
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
Got it. So I'm a practicing emergency physician at Logan Regional Hospital, which is an Intermountain facility up in Logan, Utah. I've been here since 2002. I have 26 plus years in emergency medicine. Kratom is something that we're seeing on an increasingly regular basis in
Can
the
you pause
emergency
it?
department.
We got Yoga Jin
The
here.
things that we're seeing.
Because people's going in there calling it kratom.
Yeah.
I
Jen.
oh Yoga Jen.
Yoga Jin. We were watching the that Senator Mike McHale's little secret hearing that he had somehow because we never knew that this hearing was popping
It's
off.
bad.
It's bad. It's bad. So you just missed the good part. That's what I'm saying, Mike. We had no idea that this even happened. This was done on some fly sneak shit. Sneaky link.
It's just like completely made up. Gosh, dude, it's just so infuriating to see this.
It's like it was secretly done so that he could get his foot in the door. Let me go poison the minds of my fellow lawmakers first.
And then you got the lady, the people on the board or whatever, patting dudes back, a camaraderie. Let's all make sure that we know who we're going to support and vote.
Yeah, this is Utah, Jen.
Yeah.
This is Utah.
It's like, oh, you want to get something passed? Just, I'm not going to say that on TV.
On TV.
Oh! Just go do something crazy to that person. Okay, I'm not going to say that.
Mainly are withdrawal cases of kratom. Talking with the 15 of us that work up here in Logan, we serve Cache Valley, which is 150,000, and then we have a drawing area, probably 175,000 potential patients. We, in the last 4 to 6 months, have seen, I believe, 10 or more cases of kratom withdrawal. We've seen 1 death, and we've had 1 seizure-related kratom issue. So kratom works with the mu receptor in the human body, which is the same receptor that.
Why is he on his phone?
We have to use Narcan.
Because he don't give a shit. No, seriously, even 75% of those people, like 75% of those people, 708, and I'm being benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah, because they're going because it's being sold as kratom.
Yep. Yeah.
So a doctor in them, why is he on his phone? That's disrespectful as shit.
Well, he's already got these people's votes, so he probably doesn't even think about that. I feel like this is like Louisiana.
2.0.
Yeah.
Louisiana 2.0 for sure. And he's an attorney.
Of course.
McHale's an attorney.
Slime ball. Freaking slime ball.
It's good. I feel like it's gonna get worse.
It is.
For kratom or for a narcotic overdose to reverse those cases that are overdose cases with kratom.
That's 708.
To think that we're having to use, a formal antidote to try to reverse something that's being purchased over the counter. Withdrawal cases are the ones that we normally see, and it's interesting in the cases that we've seen. the number of individuals that say this, I had no idea. I had no idea that it was just like a narcotic, and I withdraw just like a narcotic.
And that's
That's
what
As was shared by this
708.
gentleman just before me, that's one of the things that is really surprising to them all, is like, how could this be so strong that I'm withdrawing from it? And
But Feel Free has
consumes a
kava
lot of
and kratom
resources,
in it.
and
Yeah.
that's challenging because some patients have to be admitted. Some people definitely need medications. Withdrawal reversal can sometimes occur in the emergency department, but it takes hours. Takes a lot of patient dollars, I believe, and it becomes a really difficult thing.
Dude, not to wasn't it Utah that Mac was trying to get like the kava and kratom? If they was mixed, it was considered adulterated.
Adulterated.
Or something?
Yeah. So
It was Utah.
this is what I'm saying. It's deeper. This goes deeper than just, the KCPA.
Girl, I get it, Jen. Trust me.
It's so I don't know if it still is, but for a while there, Feel Free was descheduled from I just looked at the list today that came across my Google alerts about how the Utah Department of Agriculture has all the kratom products, the legit people that register their kratom products with the Department of Agriculture. I didn't. It's like 52 pages. I didn't go look at the whole thing, but I don't know if Feel Free is still considered descheduled under the Department of Agriculture because of the, it being with kava mixed in with kratom. I don't know. So the list was pretty impressive to me. That's how all states should be doing it.
I know.
Let me send that to you.
It's just like I just wish that like everybody could just get on the same page and do it.
Utah is doing it correctly.
Yeah.
It's just 708 freaking got, bombarded out there as well.
It's just literally just massively pushed any.
And if I remember correctly, that some of the 708 dealers are out there in Utah.
It's insane to me.
For them. So I realize there's a lot of different concentrations of kratom. My big concern is that maybe even these lower dose concentrations are becoming a gateway for the higher dose concentrations, the ones that are becoming really problematic for us.
Thank you, Dr.
Any
Stoller.
questions? Yeah.
I'm not seeing any questions right now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Stolworthy, and thank you for your expertise. Now I want to invite up Michael Moss. Again, he runs the Utah Poison Control Center, medical director up at the University of Utah.
Again, there wasn't even a code for it till February of this year.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm Michael Moss. Like you said, I'm medical director of the Utah Poison Control Center. I'm also an emergency physician, but now I spend my time doing medical toxicology and addiction medicine. That's what I'm doing up at the hospital right after this meeting today. So we have seen more kratom and more 7-hydroxymetragenine, right? The two compounds in kratom that are of primary interest are metragenine, and then there is less of that in the natural product, 7-hydroxymetragenine, which we usually abbreviate 7-OH or 7-hydroxy. These products seem to be marketed as natural or safe and not containing a drug, and so similar to what you've already heard from others, that patients tell me, I had no idea what this was, and in fact, someone told me it contained no drugs at all, and I used to have problems with opioids, and now I'm addicted again.
Oh, man.
We're getting more calls to our poison center. The Utah Poison Center serves all of Utah and only Utah. Our case volume has about doubled over the last year or two, 2024, 2025. We had seen an increase when kratom came online in Utah, and now a further increase in the last 2 years. And now just in the last several months,
He said 2
have had
years.
an increase in calls related to the 7-OH or 7-hydroxy. That's consistent around the country as well. I looked at our national data just last night, and the same thing is happening at poison centers across
2 years
the
it's
United
been on the
States.
market.
We get calls about all sorts of things, the combination of both intoxication, where someone has taken too much, often in combination with other medications. They can have unusual symptoms like agitation and tremor and hallucinations that you wouldn't expect from an opioid, on top of the opioid effects, like have already been mentioned, that might require Narcan to reverse an opioid overdose. We also get calls about withdrawal. That's what I see primarily on my addiction treatment, is patients who now need to go through detox and might need other medications that they can have in a controlled setting from a healthcare provider like Suboxone or other options, so they're not spending all of their money and all their time trying to obtain kratom.
Suboxone's an
Even
opioid.
worse than just the kratom, which definitely causes the addiction and withdrawal issues, is the 7-OH, and that's where we're seeing even worse. So this is potent. This is only present in the natural product at something of less than 1% of it, and now people are getting that in a purified and synthesized way, and that's leading to people just stopping breathing from taking 7-hydroxy. This stuff is more like 10 to 20 times more potent than morphine.
You go after
And no
them.
one should have access to 7-OH or 7-hydroxymetragenine. Another trouble with this is we don't exactly know what someone's getting. We rely on those manufacturers to label these appropriately. What's actually there.
There
and
you
how
go,
much
on his
is
phone
present,
again.
And what else is it combined with is just not clear. And like we've already heard, what is on that label and what do patients know about what's in the product? I think they're being misled generally. So from my perspective, both mitragynine and 7-hydroxymitragynine kratom are causing significant issues, at least with withdrawal and addiction, and now even worse with unintentional and sometimes even intentional overdoses, leading to potentially fatal effects.
Thank you.
Thank you. We can move on to the next witness unless there's questions for Dr. Moss.
I'm not seeing any.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very helpful. Thank you. Let's jump to Brandon Forsyth, and Brandon runs the state lab. He's the director up there. I had a chance to meet with Brandon. I brought him samples of kratom. We went through and we decided which ones we were going to test. I brought him nine samples, and I appreciate that. Brandon's on the front line of this, and I thought he'd be helpful for this committee to meet today.
Dr. Brandon Forsyth, Director of the State Lab and also the Specialized Products Division over at Utah Department of Agriculture and Food, which regulates kratom. I first learned about kratom back in 2018, I believe, right around the same time that it was brought before you all, while I was working up at the Center for Human Toxicology as a research toxicologist studying benzodiazepines and opiates and their drug-drug interactions. It was explained to me as a method for people to make a tea with powdered kratom leaf and then drink that tea and help them get over their addiction cravings to opiates. That's very different from what it's become. But the products we currently see coming into our laboratory are extracted kratom products. They're taking the leaf, pulling out the mitragynine, the 7-hydroxy, and whatever other alkaloids are in there, and concentrating those down into tablets that are much more potent than the kratom leaf tea that was originally sold to all of you. Well, maybe not all of you. Some of you probably weren't here. Lucky you. But the products that we're seeing are just straight mitragynine. And the industry has demonized 7-hydroxy pretty effectively and tried to blame it for all of the negative effects. But we're still getting reports. One that I got recently, a complaint that we received at the department, was of a lady complaining that her husband was acting odd. He had been purchasing these products from a local gas station, and he had started taking them, and he was clearly a former addict who had used amphetamines and had been sober for a while, but started taking these products. And he actually said the initial feeling was quite unpleasant with the specific product that he took. He said it was about 20 minutes of heart palpitations and discomfort. He had to lay down to get over the dizziness, but then followed by an hour or so of euphoria and high energy. And so he found it worthwhile, but because it didn't last a super long time, he had to pound several of these a day. They're not cheap products either. And so it actually—
Pound several of these.
And also destroying his health and causing problems in his personal life. She said that he wasn't acting like her husband anymore. When we tested this product, I originally expected it to have 7-hydroxy in it, or to have been spiked with some other kratom alkaloid that would be responsible for these effects. But there wasn't anything there. And we looked. Like, you never find just what you're not looking for in chemistry. You really have to know what you're trying to find. So we kept digging and looked for MGM-15, a synthetic kratom alkaloid that may have been put in there. Of course, looked for 7-hydroxy. Looked for all of the kratom alkaloids that we could. Nothing's there. It's just mitragynine.
And kava
is a very clear indicator to me.
I know he's talking about feel free.
It's not the problem. It's mitragynine. We need to get this stuff out of our gas stations, out of places where consumers can buy these products. When people bring these products in for testing into our laboratory, they're trying to sell it to my staff. They're selling it as a workout supplement. And sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional. I really like the people I work with. They're friends, they're coworkers that are very valuable to me. And to have somebody trying to sell this stuff that I know is harming people to them evoked a kind of a protection response in me. And fortunately, they were well educated enough to avoid it immediately. I'm very privileged to work with some very intelligent people. So I would just encourage the committee to take action on this and save Utahns from the pain of this addiction.
Thank you, Brandon. We have one question from Representative Daley Provo.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So Dr. Forsyth, we've worked together on a few things over the years. Can you shed some light on your experience in, so I don't know if, maybe you mentioned at the beginning of when you were introducing yourself, you head up the Special Products Division at the Department of Agriculture and Food, which includes medical cannabis and CBD and kratom. So I just, as an aside, thank you for your ongoing work on this. In your experience, and as we work together on a lot of these things, do you see, have you seen a lot of success in our consistent efforts to put guardrails around some of these things? Just maybe speak to I mean, I could speak to this, but I would prefer you speak to what we see when, as a state and as a regulatory agency, where we try to close a loophole, you know, they find new loopholes to take advantage of. And my concern in, you know, any conversation about, well, let's just select a few safe things and keep them legal and everything will be fine. Can you kind of speak to how that mentality has not worked in the past from your experience?
Absolutely. This is a very dynamic industry, and it's very close to the hemp industry, I would say, in both the people who are involved in it and also in the tactics that they're using to try to get their products out to consumers. And, you know, there are some very clear things in the hemp industry like CBD that seem to be beneficial, genuinely beneficial to people, and probably worth keeping around, I think. I don't see the same in kratom, and it's, even with hemp, it has been very difficult, like you're saying, to close all the little loopholes. And it's a battle we fight constantly up here at the legislature, trying to keep up with the industry. And it would be much the same with kratom. It's going to be much the same with kratom if we don't pass this, and with no potential benefit as far as I can see.
Thank you.
May I ask one more?
Yes.
Thank you, sorry. If we were to find ourselves in a place, whether, you know, regardless of the jurisdiction, where we've got to regulate at least a partial legal market, how do you have any notion on how we would make this safely available? Because, I mean, safely available is not buying it at gas stations or smoke shops. To your knowledge, are there any healthcare providers that are willing to take this on as part of a medical program? Is that even?
Not to my knowledge. I don't know that I would be the person to ask about that. There's probably somebody who could better answer that question. But like going back to that original idea of kratom leaf,
plant.
is slightly tempting, just because if people could use that to get off of opioids are obviously a huge problem. And I think all of us would want to give people with an opiate addiction access to anything that could help them break that addiction. But I just don't see that as a terribly viable way of regulating kratom at this time.
Because there's just not a place for it in a medical
I would
treatment
think it needs
space.
to be in a professional treatment space.
Okay, thank you.
They can't make money from it.
Thank you. And as we bring up our next witness, Dr. Deidre Amaro, this is our actual state medical examiner. She's here to talk about this as well. One thing that Dr. Forsyth said, and I want this to stick, the metrogeny itself is problematic. If I was writing a brief in court, I would bold that, I would underline that. The industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. They're going to tell you that the product 7-OH is the only problem. That's not what we're seeing happen. And if I just want to emphasize that over and over.
Jen is not here, so I can't have her pause it.
It's extremely problematic. With that, welcome, Dr. Amaro. Thank you for being here. Oh, I got both of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Dr. Deirdre Amaro, Chief Medical Examiner, and this is Megan Brockmeyer, our, what's your official title? I'm sorry.
The overdose fatality examiner.
Yes, so she has all the numbers. And
Kind of eat the mic so everybody can
I'm
hear you.
going to move and let them take this mic as well.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Megan Brockmeyer. I'm the overdose fatality examiner in the office.
Oh my gosh, you couldn't hear me, huh?
No.
Oh my God! This dude's playbook is legit Louisiana.
Yes, it is.
It's like he went and watched the Louisiana hearing, is literally just
Studied it.
yeah.
He freaking studied it. You know, and what I wanted to say, because he keeps saying that metragenine is the problem. The problem that he's having is feel-free, which is mixed with a kava extract. There's no science to prove what is happening inside that bottle with the metragenine and kava extract.
Well, that and you know, I can't believe that dude is. Oh man, it's like he's also, you know, pounding that word in as because he like he keeps saying, well, they keep blaming the 7-OH and that's not the issue. That's not the issue. And it's like, dude, yeah, that is the issue. You said that y'all got an uptick for 2 years ago or whatever. That's how long it's been on the market. You've had an even bigger uptick in the last 4 months or whatever.
Yes.
February is just when they started getting a code for it. It's like, dude, it just doesn't take that much. And to act like just dismiss that it's not helping people at all is insane.
You know what? I gotta go look at his bill. I wonder if he's got possession included in the bill.
And then this girl over here on the one that keeps on patting their back and everything.
Well, she did ask some good questions when you walked away.
Are you talking about the blonde-headed or the other one?
The other one. Oh.
She looked like she got red or brown hair. I don't know.
Yeah, the other one. The red brown hair chick. The one that initially kissed the other dude's
I
butt.
don't like her.
But she
All
did
right.
ask some good questions.
And then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Louisiana, he's bringing all of his people up in here,
His people. These
Right.
are his people.
just like Louisiana.
Of the Medical Examiner, Department of Health and Human Services. And so we're just here to talk a little bit about the fatal drug overdose data and what we're seeing with kratom.
Can I say one thing? I gave that to Seth, if it's been passed around.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
So in that report, I'm looking at 5 years worth of data that ends in June of 2025. So during this period, there was 158 fatal overdoses that involved kratom. The vast majority of those were the result of an accident, so 91%. And then 5% were the manner of death was undetermined, and 4% were intentional overdoses or suicides that involved kratom. During this 5-year period, the number of deaths increased by 43%. And then just kind of looking at some demographics to identify who is most impacted by kratom overdoses. Males are disproportionately impacted. This is true for all drug overdoses, but it's even more pronounced for kratom. 68% of overdoses were among males. Also, the average age of death for kratom overdoses was 39, which is almost 6 years younger than deaths by any other drug. The vast majority of overdoses are the result of multi-substances. This is true for all drug overdoses, but again, a little bit more pronounced for kratom. So 94% of overdoses involved another substance. I think a notable trend, though, is that we saw more kratom-only deaths in the most recent 12-month period than we've seen. It actually included almost 50% of all kratom-only deaths since 2014. So
Did you test for 708?
Deaths in more recent years. Geographically, there's areas, of course, across the state that are more impacted, but we have seen kratom deaths in all local health districts except for San Juan County and the Central Health District.
Kratom only. Did y'all
Areas
test
that
for
have higher
anything
burden
else?
Kratom overdose
Right.
is in the Southwest Health District. They had the highest rates, followed by Tri-County and Weber Morgan. I think
If
a
it was
notable,
that bad,
just
the numbers
point
that
here,
she's
though,
saying,
geographically, is that Utah County has a much higher proportion of kratom-involved overdoses than they do all drug overdoses. So typically, they have the lowest rates of overdose in the state, but this was just an area where I noticed that there's a more of a difference among kratom overdoses than the all drug overdoses. And then lastly, the most frequent drugs that are involved in fatal drug overdoses include fentanyl, and then it's followed by gabapentin and ethanol or alcohol. And then there's
Why'd you
also
ban
stimulants,
gabapentin?
specifically amphetamine and methamphetamine, that are also commonly involved in fatal drug overdoses.
Thank you very much. I'm not seeing any questions. Senator McDowell?
I'd like to give our medical examiner some time to comment. If anything to add.
I think Megan summed it up pretty nicely. Like she said, most of the time, these are not drug overdose deaths with metragenine, which is the major compound we're looking at, metragenine and 7-hydroxymetragenine. It's usually
dude, I would love to ask these people certain questions just to see. It, like that lab dude be like, so how many products did you test and it came back positive with the alkaloid MGM-15? You know what I mean? Just like see what he said.
in combination with other drugs.
Thank you.
With that, I think it concludes our presentation. I think we're open for questions. We've got a lot of expertise here. We can answer questions.
Yeah,
I appreciate the time. And again, my ask is the same as what I started with. I think it's clear. I think we actually have a crisis. This is a crisis. People are legitimately dying in the state. People are hurt. People are reaching out, hopefully, to you like they're reaching out to me.
This
But
is
it is
Louisiana.
beyond time to fix this legislation. I started the same place I started with. I regret that I voted for it, and I hope we can change that. I hope we can fix it and get this out of the gas stations.
Are you like trying to run for
questions
governor
and
next or
comments.
something? You trying to make another
All
name,
right,
like a
well,
name
the
for
committee
yourself?
For clarifying questions, I want to remind everybody, or have everybody look at the clock. We are running way behind, so let's be focused. Okay, Representative Chevrier.
Thank you. Sorry for jumping the gun earlier. There is some evidence that using the pure leaf
And you
is
see how
different
they're
from
trying to
mixing
just
with
push
other
it
things.
along real fast?
I have
too?
actually 3 questions. I'll just ask them all and then you can answer me, okay? So do you have any information about that? Have you talked to anyone who has used kratom who has benefited from using kratom? Also, Vickers has drafted a bill in this space, and I'm wondering if you have worked with him at all. And then, have you looked at the FDA's single ascending dose study and the findings
Ooh,
that
she
show
might have some good questions.
no adverse effects up to 12 grams?
Yeah. It's like that lady knew she was
And
going to ask
I
good
think
questions.
that's it.
Let me jump in. So the first question, just in general, is there benefit? And that's what Dr. Forsyth talked about. I saw Dr. Forsyth contemplating, well, what if we just did the pure plant leaf? Unfortunately, that's not what's happening, and that's why there's 158 deaths in the state. That's why Dr. Stolworthy and his team in the ER seeing people. It's unfortunately
Laura
not the
hadn't
reality
had
on the
to watch
ground.
this.
Yes, we are working with
I hope she
Senator
didn't watch
Vickers.
this.
This is something the Business and Labor Committee is looking at, but I think the jurisdiction of this committee is certainly appropriate to do that. As far as studies, I'll tell you this, and I'm going to be really candid with this group. There was a lot of money spent on, and I'm going to call it junk science. I don't care if that's offensive. But
What?
There was a lot of money spent by organizations that were making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm happy to send you the data that cooked up some of the science originally. I think the important thing when we look at the science, we have to look at the science today. We have to look at what is happening in the state of Utah today. And we've got experts here that testify that we have a serious problem. And I think that's far more relevant than science that the industry promoted in the past.
This dude.
Thank you. Thank you. Representative Monson.
My questions are maybe, I don't know that we have an answer as far as what could happen, but what do we do jurisdictionally when other states around us are not doing anything about this, and are we just creating a black market?
Don't say ahead of the curve.
Outside.
I actually love that question. So there are 9 states that have banned it. We'd be the 10th state. But
Do what?
Chair Hall and I and Senator Vickers and others we're on a meeting with the drug task force and folks that are actually out
The
doing the
10th
hard work there in
state?
Salt Lake County. And that exact question came up. And I know Chair Hall will remember this, and Representative Daley Pro will remember is our law enforcement folks would say,
How? That's not. It's
That's
like,
nowhere near the no.
okay. Because I'm like,
Because-
dude. Even if you include Rhode Island and Louisiana,
It's 7 states.
okay.
If you include Rhode Island, it's 7 states. But Rhode Island's that's in April 1st, 2026. The ban is lifted in Rhode Island for kratom. So then it will just be right back down to the freaking number 6.
I think he's talking about 7OH, maybe Florida or something like that.
Probably.
God.
what, I'd rather have it on a black market than in a gas station. People are always going to get it. There's no question. There's a black market. They'll still get it, but it'll be far less people, and you'll see that trend decline. And that's what our law enforcement folks think. I had a chance to talk to SWAP, our statewide association of prosecutors, chairman Carl Holland is chairman that this year. They talked about it. They were supportive of this legislation as well.
You need
and
some
your law
water.
enforcement, they see that issue. They see that issue. But having this out of the public and on a black market is a much better place to have it than out where kids can get it today.
I have
And then just to
never
follow up, is there
heard
any
anybody
jurisdictional
say
issues
that.
within, the tribal entities that we have within the state.
In an issue like this, if they're within the state, this law would apply.
Perfect, thank you.
Shit.
Thank you. Seeing no further questions, is there anyone in the audience that wants to comment and make public comment on
Well,
this?
That's what I'm
if you know-
saying.
I have one. Okay, I'm going to give.
We didn't even know
What-
this
what
is
public
happening.
comment.
Is it going to be an
And
anti
we
or
are
a pro?
Running quick
Let's
on time,
find
so I'll
out.
give you 2 minutes, and then we'll see if there's anybody online, if you'll check for me.
See, we could be online.
Thank you. And
We
just
got
remember to
testify
state your
online.
name and write it down after
Yes.
you're done. Thank you.
My name's Walter Plum. I'm the president of Drug Safe Utah. I'll be very brief. My eldest daughter had, she was told that if she took kratom, it would help her moods, elevate her
Oh my
moods,
God.
give her more energy. She had pre-existing above normal blood pressure. And what happened is she started taking it as a tea multiple times a day. It was sort of mixed it, I guess. It resulted in her blood pressure going to 180. I took her to the University Hospital, and I didn't really realize what kratom was at that time. This is 2 years ago. When I took her there, the doctor asked her if she was using kratom. She denied it. And then after questioning, she finally admitted that she was doing it. And then she tried to stop, and she could not stop. And it resulted in a stroke that was months of rehab to even get her to walk. So I've looked up for the effects of kratom, and that's high blood pressure is one of them. But this stuff is extremely dangerous.
I
One of
got
my
off 2 blood
friends
pressure
over
pills,
at
2
Beehive
meds.
Minus went down
dispensary, a marijuana
drastically.
dispensary, gave me a site,
Yep.
kingbdistribution.com. And I looked that up 2 nights ago. You can buy this stuff all over the place. It's more than gas stations, and they openly advertise this high percentage of 7-OH. So this needs to stop. It needs to be terminated. There's no medical use for this. Thank you.
Thank you, Walt. Thank you for coming.
Man, there's a
Do we
lot
have
that
anyone
I can
online?
see about this whole situation that
Okay, we're not seeing anyone online, so
I can see.
we'll bring it back to the.
This was
committee
done
for
so
possible
secretly.
action.
And I'm fairly certain I know
Hold on at the same time.
where it originated from.
Representative Daley Provo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We're open for motions, or
Yes, sorry.
do we want to give the sponsor an opportunity to sum? Or do you want me to just make a motion?
I'm
We can
good.
speak
I'm
to
good.
it.
I'm
It's
good.
got a certain
You're out of
MO
time, and
to
we've had
it.
really good material today.
All right, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to pass Senator McKell's bill out with a favorable recommendation as a committee bill.
Thank you for that motion. Would you like to speak to it?
I would, but we're running out of time.
Okay, thank you. Does the bill sponsor want to speak to that?
Thank you, committee. I wanted you to hear from our experts in Utah, our people on the ground. These are the smartest people we have in Utah that are dealing with this every day.
Oh,
From
God, I hate
Representative
that for
Chevier.
y'all.
And that data you referenced was actually paid for by the kratom industry, and I can provide that, but I just want to make sure you know that. But no, thank you. We've had a good
What?
discussion, and I'd urge support. It is past time to fix this problem.
Thank you. I'm going to take the prerogative of the chair and make a comment as well. Hold on at the same time. Representative Daley Provo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We're open for motions, or
Sorry, I just
do we
want
want
to
to
hear that.
give the sponsor an opportunity to sum? Or do you want me to just make a motion?
I'm
We can
good.
speak to it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You're out on time, and we've had really good material today.
All right, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to pass Senator McKell's bill out.
Oh, you rewinded
with a
it?
favorable recommendation as a committee bill.
Yeah, hang on.
Thank you for that motion. Would you like to speak to it?
I would, but we're running out of time.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Does the bill sponsor want to speak to that?
Thank you, committee. I wanted you to hear from our experts in Utah, our people on the ground. These are the smartest people we have in Utah that are dealing with this every day. I phoned a friend, Representative Chevier, and that data you referenced was actually paid for by the kratom industry, and I can provide that, but I just want to make sure you know that. But no, thank you. We've had a good discussion, and I'd urge support. It is past time to fix this problem.
Thank you.
He phoned a friend.
Prerogative of
I
the
wonder
chair
who
and
that
make a
person
comment as
is.
well. I want to commend you for bringing this forward. I think this is a crisis. I think it's time that we get this stopped, and I'm grateful for you to wanting to right your wrong vote a few years ago. So I appreciate that. And we'll go back to the sponsor for any final word, or the maker of the motion for any final word.
No, I'm looking forward to working on this this session and appreciate the committee support for the motion.
Thank you. Okay, if the motion is to pass forward with a favorable recommendation, kratom amendments, kratom adjustments. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes.
What?
Thank you.
Thank you.
They all,
right,
so they
we
all
are going
voted
to-
aye without hearing from the opposition of the bill. There was no pro in there, no pro people.
Yep.
And it looks like we might have had an opportunity to speak online. We didn't know that this was happening. This happened on November 19th.
I just,
Yeah, that kind of happens, Mike. Sorry.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but again, it's just not, that's not how you're supposed to do things, you
We are
know?
totally seeing Louisiana 2.0.
Yeah.
This is what we're seeing.
I mean, dude, it's just like Louisiana.
And
It's
you know,
crazy to me how they're all just, you know, you have that one lady asking questions. It's just, I don't know. There's so much that doesn't add up in this whole entire thing, and nobody is going to like open their eyes to that. I find it hard to believe there wasn't at least one nay. And for that dude to sit there and say the stuff that you got was paid for by the Kratom Association, I don't know. I mean, it's obvious to me how this came about.
yes.
Very obvious. But
There's always patterns,
yeah.
and we're recognizing the patterns. The Bunny, this was in Utah.
Yeah. Like and you know what? I know I'm gonna be seeing the same thing here soon.
Motherfuck! Senator Jay Morris is also a lawyer. Senator Mike McKell is also a lawyer. The common denominator is something is going on with these lawyers, frat boys.
Well, there's like a thread weaving them together, I guess is what I'm
Yep.
saying.
Yep.
Ah, man.
Well, we ain't going now without a fight. I told Laura if legislation comes up, I'm going up there. I'm flying up there. I will be there with you, standing elbow to elbow.
I hate that. I really do. Like, I can't imagine having to sit and watch this.
I don't know if she watched it. I did send it to her, but I don't think she watched it because we're so overwhelmed with having to do this shit city by city because of 70H.
Yeah.
And like I said, earlier in the stream, that I know y'all don't see what we do behind the scenes. We do a lot. We advocate a lot. We actively advocate at multiple fucking hearings every fucking week. And it happens in droves. There'll be like 2-3 days there that we are just nonstop. We're meeting we attend a meeting. Right after that, we attend another meeting. Right after that, we attend another meeting.
I mean, it's getting bad. And I feel like the people, obviously where this originated from, is it's an opportunity, like an open door to get further.
And we know who the major funder for KDA is. He's a lawyer. This is all done. There's got to be something that's being. Man, I wish I could. I don't know. FOIA email communications or something.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's like, even then though, it's like, even if you could like trace it down and everything, it's like, so these people literally don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even care. Just like Louisiana.
They didn't give two shits. Got up there and lied. They got spoon-fed lies because the people that are spoon-feeding them want to be able to win their lawsuits.
Yeah.
What are they going to do after they win their lawsuits? Disappear?
Oh, yeah.
After they done fucked over millions of people?
Right now, boy. I can't. I just can't. I don't know. I hope that something good comes soon, because it's just been rough lately. We need some good news.
We do. We need some good news.
And we need it bad.
We need more advocates to fucking advocate.
Yeah.
Because we are just being stretched thin. My patience, my whole calmness, demeanor, and all of these fucking weirdos want to, like this one chick last night wanted to say how all jacked up on kratom. I ain't even on kratom today.
What? Some lady said that shit?
Yeah. On X. Because I opened up Pandora's box over there on X.
Oh, yeah. So stupid. Oh, my God. If these people only knew.
Yeah, if they only knew. Grief is an addiction. Money is an addiction. And these folks are blinded by both.
And, some people get off, well, not really get off, they may not realize it. They feel like they are somebody when they can control a lot of things. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're like in the middle of something and you've got people that are doing whatever you say that they need to do, that's power. I guess power. Power is an addiction.
Money, power, greed.
It's just insane to me. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit how much I want something. I will never go about doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I would never lie. I will always be honest, because, once you have to start being secretive, underhanding, lying, then your cause is not worth fucking fighting for.
It's
dude.
not. You're fucking hiding something.
It's like, it's just, I don't know. I'll never stoop to those levels. I've seen some people.
I survived active addiction. I ain't gonna lie about nothing. Nothing at all.
I mean, I just don't understand.
I don't go and report none of your shit to try to silence you, I will let you freely speak. Let you continue making yourself look like an ass.
And it's like even like the social media influencers, you know, they're lying. You know, they come up with these lies and shit just so they can have likes and follows and shit like that. It's the power. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, that shit ain't worth it. That's not the right way to fucking gain a follow. That's not the right way. It's not right. I refuse to even support somebody like that. None of these people are going about doing the things the right way.
I sleep at night because I'm authentic.
Yeah.
I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to gain, you know, other than me telling my story to try to save somebody else who is suffering like I was in active addiction.
Yeah.
Somebody who's suffering in chronic pain that has no idea that holy kratom is even an option, you know, because you got fool motherfuckers like him that wants to, but he wants people to go to the black market. He wants it. He said it.
And I mean, I can kind of understand where he's coming from. Like, there'll be less, but they'll also, the people that aren't going to the black market are going either somewhere else or they're miserable
They're suffering.
and they don't want to fucking, you know, live every day, or they're just taking themselves out.
Yeah, self-deletion.
Like these anti-opioid people and shit like that.
I
This
can't.
is how their mindset is.
You know, just because I was addicted to prescription opioids for 11 years, you will never see me file an opioid lawsuit. You will never see me try to take the opioids down. You will never see that.
It's like, you know, I could understand if it's like a substance that's clearly not helping anyone. But, you know, you're talking about taking people's lifeline away, opiate, whatever it be. But for this dude to sit here and say there's no medical
use,
it's not helping anyone? Get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm. I swear.
That's just insane. Yeah, you gotta follow it. Is it, I can't remember. Is it Miss T Brown or Miss T's? Miss T.
It's the T-Bish.
Is it?
Or what is...
I think it's Miss T.
Miss T79. Either way, I think you'll find me. You'll find me over there yip yapping. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Man, I just
Okay,
well.
it's time to wrap this up. We've been almost 3 hours. Oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna have to break this up too,
Yeah.
which is fine. That'll give me something to do tomorrow.
I just stupid. This is Louisiana 2.0.
Yeah, it is. So,
All right.
So word of advice: don't sit back and be comfortable, y'all. Don't think this ain't gonna happen in your backyard.
Yeah. Especially right now, from what we're seeing, it literally could happen anywhere at any time right now.
Anytime.
And that's not even, I'm not even like trying to exaggerate. And if we can later on this week, if we don't have a lot of hearings and stuff, we thought about doing like a Thanksgiving stream thingy.
Yeah.
Like a thankful.
Before Thanksgiving, not on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So maybe what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just do like what we're thankful for.
Yeah.
Shit, you know what we could do? Just play a bunch of our YouTubes or a bunch of our TikTok videos.
Dude, it'd be cool if like we could get people to come on and say something they're thankful for. I love Thanksgiving.
Me
I
too.
do. I always like Thanksgiving is a day where I literally do sit back and I'm thankful for everything I have. Like,
Me
you know,
too.
and I think it's good to do that every now and then. So hopefully we can. Pasadena.